You want to pass a prop firm challenge? Then do this. Let's go. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact setup I use every day to be a profitable trader and how you can become a funded trader using the exact same strategy. So here we go. So this vertical line here, this line here represents the opening of the market. So for in this instance, we'll be trading the Asian session, and this vertical line represents the Tokyo Open. So all you need to do is 5 minutes before the open is you find your strongest level of resistance and your strongest level of support. So you mark up your strongest level of resistance and your strongest level of support 5 minutes before the open, then you let the market do its thing. Now, when it comes to trading a funded account, I personally only aim for a one-to-one. I don't try and catch big moves because the aim is to just stay consistent and not over risk. So for example, I will risk for the first trade, I'll risk 1%. So I'll always risk 1% on the first trade, because if we can take a win on that first trade, then I'll risk 1% again, then I'll risk 1% again until I take a loss. And then if I take a loss, I'll de-risk, I'll go down to around 0.5%, and then slowly try to build my way back up again. So for example, in this instance, this was my TopStep account. So to become funded with TopStep, I managed to do that in 3 days with a 100% win rate. And this is exactly what I've done. So as soon as the market opens, I managed to hit, so we've hit a TP1 on the sell position here. So I've closed off my sell there. So that's a one-to-one. So that was a $500 trade using a $50,000 funded account. And then we started getting some strong bullish momentum on this push up. I left this buy position open, and again, I closed it at one-to-one. So I closed it at TP1. So that managed to give me $1,000 for the day. So that's a third of the way to my funded challenge. Now, because I profited on the first one position at 1%, I went 1% on the second position and I profited on that one. So now I'll stay at 1%. So I'll keep it at 1% and I'm $1,000 up now. Now on the Tuesday, again, this vertical line here represents the Tokyo Open, or the open of the market. In this case, we're using Tokyo session to pass this challenge. So again, marking up the strongest level of resistance and the strongest level of support. We put our buy position in, we mark up our sell position, and then we let the markets do its thing. Bang, again, so on the sell, we managed to secure a TP1, closing it at a one-to-one, so that's another $500 trade. And then on the buy position, we left that open, and again, I only closed it at one-to-one because I'm trying to pass the challenge. I don't want to be trying to hold positions too long, because there's a higher probability when you're holding positions too long that you can retrace and get stopped out. So there was another $500 on that one, $500 on that trade, day two. Now day three, again, no different to any of that. The vertical line represents the Tokyo Open. 5 minutes before the session starts, 5 minutes before the open, we mark the strongest level of resistance and the strongest level of support. We wait for the market to open, and then again, we open, bang, we've entered the trade here on the buy position, we close at a one-to-one. Then we come down, we entered the trade on the sell position, we closed at a one-to-one. That was $3,000, and that was the funded account officially passed. So the most important thing when you're trading in general, or trying to pass a funded challenge, is to just stay consistent. So you stick with the same session, the same pair, and do the same trade every single day. This is how I trade to stay a profitable trader. This is the exact strategy I use every single day, Monday to Friday. I trade the Tokyo Open. 5 minutes before the open, I'll mark up my strongest level of resistance, my strongest level of support, and then I'll set my stop loss and take profits. I'll put them as buy stop orders and sell stop orders, and then I'll let the markets do its thing. And that's it. Consistency is key, and do not over risk. So as long as you keep your risk management under control, first trade of a funded challenge, what I like to do is go in with 1%. If I win that trade, I'll go 1% again. If I win that trade, I'll go 1% again. If I take a loss, I'll drop to 0.5%. And then I'll slowly try to start accumulate again until I pass that challenge. That's the basics of how I pass funded challenges. Every morning I go live and trade live for my community inside of the Discord. If you want to be a part of the community, the link's in my bio. You can trade with me live every single day. You can ask me any questions you want and progress to the next steps of becoming a funded trader.